So, today we're going to talk about something called the bamboo secret. And trust me, it's a concept that might just completely change how you look at your own progress, especially on those days when you feel like you're just falling behind. Let's dive in. I mean, have you ever really felt that? You're putting in the hours, you're doing all the right things, you're staying disciplined, but when you look around, there's just nothing to show for it. No visible proof of all that effort. It is so frustrating. Well, it turns out nature has this incredible lesson for us about this exact feeling. And that lesson comes from the really strange, almost unbelievable story of the Chinese bamboo tree. It's what we're calling the bamboo paradox, and it's all about invisible effort. Okay, so picture this. A farmer plants a bamboo seed. For the entire first year, they come out every single day to water and fertilize this little patch of dirt. But nothing happens, not a single green shoot. To anyone else looking, you'd think they were crazy. It just looks like they're watering dirt. Now think about the patience this takes. The farmer keeps this up for a second year. Still nothing. A third year? Nope, nothing. For 4 whole years, there is absolutely nothing to see above the ground. It looks like a complete and total failure. But then, sometime in that 5th year, everything changes. A tiny little sprout finally pushes through the soil. And what happens next is just mind-blowing. In only a few weeks, that little sprout absolutely explodes, shooting up to an incredible 90 feet tall. I mean, the speed is so fast, it just seems impossible. So this leads us to the big question, right? Did the bamboo tree really grow 90 feet in just a few weeks? Or was something else going on during all those years of silence? What in the world was happening underground? And this is where we uncover this secret, the real magic that's happening beneath the surface. Because it's not about what we can see, it's all about building the foundation. Turns out, for those 5 years, the bamboo wasn't sleeping at all, not even close. It was incredibly busy. Every bit of its energy was focused downward, spreading out and building this massive, complex, and super strong root system. And this, right here, is the paradox in a nutshell. What we see on the outside, on the surface, looks like, well, like failure. But what's actually happening underneath is the construction of a foundation so powerful, it can support that kind of explosive growth later on. You see, that hidden foundation, that's the whole secret. That sudden 90-foot burst wasn't a miracle. It was the direct result of 5 long years of dedicated, invisible work. Without that root system, that bamboo stalk would just fall right over. It couldn't exist. Okay, so what does a story about a bamboo tree have to do with you and me? Well, everything. This is the human parallel. It's about building our own hidden foundation. Because let's be real, we all have those times where it feels like we're just watering dirt. So let's actually define it. Here it is. The bamboo secret is this principle, that significant, visible growth is only possible after a long period of building an invisible foundation of skills, knowledge, and resilience. So what does your personal root system look like? Oh, it's all the stuff nobody sees. It's the hours you spend practicing. It's learning from that project that completely bombed. It's the books you're reading, the network you're building, the mental toughness you develop when things get hard. It's asking for feedback even when it stings. And yeah, it's making all those little mistakes along the way. That's your foundation. I love this quote because it just hits the nail on the head. Those exact moments when you feel like throwing in the towel, they are so often the moments right before a huge breakthrough. You're not failing, you are building roots. So how do we actually apply this in our lives? It really comes down to shifting your perspective, adopting a whole new mindset where you learn to trust your own unseen growth. Here are 4 simple ways to start trusting that process. First, you have to redefine what progress even means. It has to include all that foundational work. Second, try to focus on the process, on the daily effort, not just the final outcome. Third, you've got to acknowledge and maybe even celebrate that invisible work you're doing. And finally, you just have to have a little faith that your root system is getting stronger day by day. So the next time you feel like you're stuck, like you're getting absolutely nowhere, just remember the bamboo. Your hard work isn't invisible. It's not wasted. It's just underground, busy preparing you for something truly spectacular. And that really leaves us with one final thought to reflect on. Think about all the effort you're putting in today, all that work that nobody else sees. What roots are you building right now?